Hello Aries, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading on your ex partnerships. Will your ex return? General as always, guys, it will not resonate with every single person. Please do take from this reading what makes sense for you personally and release the rest. If you are interested in your own personal private reading at this time, that information is down below in the description box, and I'll include a link to the decks and creators that you do see here today. And cross-watchers, always welcome to these readings. So let's begin. But just a little bit of a intro message before I start. I do get a lot of comments, sometimes over 1,000 comments in a week, and I do have either my son or my assistant going through it. And whenever I do the Will Your Ex Return reading, I get a lot of comments, sometimes over 100 comments from people, bashing their ex. They're not happy in the relationship. They hate their ex. So if you hate your ex and if you don't want them back, if you don't want them to return, I would suggest, don't subject yourself to readings like this where it is focused on the potential of having an ex return. Okay, so just my 2 cents on that. So let's go ahead and focus on these 3 decks here that will be pulling your focus cards from, Aries. This is the Twin Flame Current Vibes deck by Sister Moon Tarot. We'll go ahead and grab a card from the Journey of Love, Volume 1 and 2 by Bridget of Divine Essentials. I have combined them both. So we'll grab one, and then I'll grab a card from the Flames of Truth Oracle by Angelic Revelation 144. Okay, so let's begin. Let's take a look and see what comes through here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. Will your ex return? Let's take a look at that. Okay. Blooming. Even beautiful things can bloom out of the darkness. Absolutely. And when you guys went through the breakup and the separation, that could have put you both into this very dark space of feeling very sad and just withdrawn, perhaps depressed. Okay, so there's still something here, Aries, that can allow this relationship to bloom once again and to grow. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with a card from the Journey of Love, Volume 1 and 2. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. All right. Let's see. They're thinking about you and the memories that you guys have shared in the past. I remember memories. You could have also connected in a past life, and maybe when you guys first connected in this lifetime, Aries, there was that instant attraction, that instant connection. That's because there more than likely was that sense of familiarity, if I can talk today, that you guys had connected before. All right, so let's add another focus card here from the Flames of Truth Oracle. Angels and spirit guides for Aries. All right, I'm guided to this one. Everyone stops to stare at you when we are together. I feel so insecure because I know they are wondering what you see in me. So there could have been some major insecurities here when it came to your ex, especially if other people were attracted to you or showing that they were interested in you, or just taking a look at you when you guys were out and about, and that caused this person to feel very insecure. So they more than likely, hopefully, have worked through that since you guys have been in separation. So let's see, because that's an issue right there, their insecurities. So that could have been one of the problems and ultimately why they decided to either break things off with you, or it just turned into a bigger issue and you could have broken up with them. All right, so let's see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. So they need to be able to find the beauty within themselves. And it's interesting, going back to this card, I'm kind of getting for some of you that maybe your ex had dealt with depression as well, if they were in that dark space. And, maybe you represented what brought them out of that darkness. All right, so let's grab some cards here. Fantasy love. Be careful what you wish for. Okay. So what I'm getting from that is if you're wishing for your ex to return, but if they're still dealing with their insecurities and if they're still in this dark space, perhaps the timing might be a little bit off. Certainly you could be fantasizing about a reunion here, but just be mindful of having them return before the time is right. We've got wounded, defeated, breaking down, and I really kind of feel that for some of you. So either you're able to relate to that for yourself, or it's your ex who is in this energy of feeling defeated and wounded, or you both felt this as a result of the breakup. Look at this. Remember what I was mentioning about the past life connection? Here we are again. Past life. You have been together in a past lifetime. That just confirms it right there. So this love story has a history in a past lifetime. Look at this. Regrets, thinking of the past and wishing things went differently. Maybe you're both having to deal with these regrets. Make the effort. Is the effort shown equal? Are the efforts shown equal? So basically, it requires two people putting in the same amount of work into a partnership. And if those efforts were out of balance, for example, Aries, if one person was giving more than the other, then that will create an imbalance between the two of you and in the partnership. That is what's presenting itself right there. So I'm going to go ahead and add to that from my silhouettes deck, and let's dig a little bit deeper here. Okay, so Aries, let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. Will your ex return? Let's take a look. Because your ex might be holding on to some negative energy when it comes to their own insecurities, okay? It might not even have anything to do with you. Although for some of you it could, but I'm feeling they've got their own insecurities. Insecurities that might have already been there before you guys even got together. And I'm just feeling depression, you know? Somebody who was in a dark space. We've got guidance. Sometimes the path is unclear, and sometimes it shines so bright that you can no longer ignore it, intuitively knowing that's the way you're meant to go. And if your ex is guided back to you, they're going to have to figure that out for themselves. They're going to have to see that light, so to speak, for themselves in order to go in the right direction, to head towards you. We do have the winter time coming through here. We're still technically in winter. Spring is around the corner. So December, January, February, obviously that has come and gone. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are the signs for this card. That could be your ex. They could have a birthday during the month of December, January, or February. There's a significance for this time of year. Love stings. Yes, it does. Choose wisely, for not all choices in love and romance are wise ones. Going back to this card, where is that? Fantasy love, be careful what you wish for. Okay, so that's a very specific message for some of you guys, because I'm also getting for some of you that maybe your wish to return or your wish to reconcile with your ex might actually not be a wise decision. So take that only if that's what your gut is telling you. You have to pay attention to your intuition. If you've got an ex, again, who's in this dark space, in the shadows with their insecurities, this does say the only way to make friends with your inner demons is to face it, heal from it, and move on. And that is not your job to help them heal. They have to be able to want to heal themselves, to do that shadow work, to heal their negative or toxic behaviors, any emotional wounding, self-sabotage, you know, whatever they do when they get into that very dark space and allowing their insecurities to overtake them. Shadow work would absolutely help them overcome that. sweet indulgence. Somebody could have a sweet tooth here as well. Yours is a love so sweet, it gives me a sugar rush. I mean, the love at one point in time was very special, very sweet, absolutely. Otherwise, they wouldn't be reminiscing about the past and the good times. And maybe you wouldn't either, you know? We've got loneliness. I've seen these clouds before, but I don't ever recall them looking so sad. It must feel this emptiness in my heart and the storm falling down from my eyes. So lots of tears have been shed here as a result of the separation and distance. Okay, and lastly, we have solitude, which is very similar to the Hermit energy in tarot. Some of you guys might be focused on a Virgo also, because that is the Hermit card in tarot. There's a difference between being alone, feeling alone, and choosing to spend time alone. Choose the one that allows you to gather your thoughts, to heal, and to love yourself first. And I really feel this for your ex, Aries, that they have to work through that. That's what's causing all of these insecurities. And it's way more than their insecurities when someone's checking you out or looking at you or appearing to be interested in you. It's way more than that. Those insecurities run deep when it comes to your ex, and they're going to have to figure all of that stuff out and deal with their own issues. It's not an issue for you to fix. Okay, so that is what's presenting itself there. Let's go ahead and grab some tarot here. I'm going to pull from my tarot teacher deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. What else do we need to know here when it comes to this ex partnership? Can you guys overcome the challenges? We do have the Nine of Pentacles here. So somebody is self-sufficient, someone's independent, someone's solo. The masculine energy coming through as this King of Swords. For some of you guys, you're dealing with, I'm losing my voice, sorry. You're dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Okay, that's for some of you guys. So Nine of Pentacles, as I've mentioned, it's somebody who can actually stand on their own 2 feet. Financially, maybe they're doing really well. They're thriving. This could be you too. That could be a part of your own energy. It's very abundant in nature. Some of you could be financially independent, or your person could be as well. But when it comes to love and romance, you know, it's somebody who could have everything that they could possibly have in their life except for love. That could also contribute to their insecurities. Maybe they've struggled in love and romance, and they're allowing their insecurities to get in the way of finding that one ideal mate, and that one ideal mate could be you. So shadow work is what's going to give them perhaps the clarity that's needed to be able to do whatever is needed in order to get them out of that darkness of their cloud of insecurities. With this masculine coming through as the King of Swords, this is someone who tends to think very rationally, and that mental clarity, which perhaps could be missing for the other person, you know. So Aries, this could be a part of your own vibe, that you're able to see things clearly for yourself, but your ex needs to be able to do that too. This can also represent a father figure. Some of you could have already had children together, or this masculine could have children from previous relationships also. We've got the Hierophant. Okay, this is Taurus. But this can apply to anyone that you're focused on in this ex partnership, Aries. This could be tapped into marriage and commitment, to people who belong together, to people who love each other, who are meant to be together. But your person first has to work on themselves because they need that love for themselves first. And I can't believe it because that's the next card. We've got the Ace of Cups. They need to be able to fill their own cup of love first, you see? They need to have love inside themselves to heal these insecurities that they are dealing with. The love that they're looking for in this partnership, they need to have that love for themselves first and foremost. That's it. That's where it begins. That's where the healing begins. Because this offers you guys a new beginning. And that things can get better. There is that light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, you know? We've got the Knight of Swords. So not only do we have the King of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords coming in also. This Knight is very action-oriented here. Perhaps wanting to take action to bring you guys back together. But it's very important for either yourself or your ex to not do anything hasty either before the time is right. Because if they come towards you before they're fully healed, you guys are back to square one. You might end up breaking up again. So no doubt they're feeling nostalgic. That's already come through from here. The memories, the happy memories. But this can result in a reunion, guys, okay? So once they are able to climb out of this depression, perhaps, and focus on loving themselves with that Ace of Cups, they can then shift their energies towards the relationship, welcoming in a fresh start, still feeling this bond with you, that deep connection, the love, the intimate moments. Things can improve. It can. But one person here, somebody, has to take action to get things moving towards healing, towards coming back together, towards opening up lines of communication. They miss you. They think about you. They want that reunion, but first they need to work on themselves, you see? And it makes sense with this Ace of Swords. Again, a new beginning, but this is clarity right here. That's exactly what your person needs. That is a breakthrough right there. So first, they have to be honest with themselves as to what it is that they need to do to heal. And it's time to cut out these insecurities from their life. They have to address that, you know. They need to be able to get to a point where they can make better decisions, not only for themselves, their well-being, their mental state, how they perceive the breakup and the separation and the connection with you. But you guys have the opportunity to have new beginnings here. And you also have the opportunity for a long-term commitment here with that Hierophant. But there's spiritual lessons also when it comes to the Hierophant energy. You guys are still meant to be. It's just that I feel, especially when it comes to your ex, they've got some shadow work especially that they need to implement in their life to come towards you as a better person. And they need to come towards you when they're ready, not before that. Otherwise, you know, again, it could be a part of their fantasies to reconnect with you. But if they are still feeling insecure, if they haven't dealt with their own personal issues, then you guys are just going to be dealing with the same stuff. And therefore, that's why this says be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it, which is a reunion. But if it's done too hastily, you guys are back to square one and it's not going to last. That is what I get from that. Okay, so let's wrap it up here, guys, with some dialogue from my ex oracle here. So what is the conversation between you and your ex? So some of these messages, of course, are from you, or some could be from your ex. Let's take a look. I'm sorry I hurt you. I regret it more than you will ever know. Okay, so an apology. Look at this. I want us to start over. Please come back to me. A part of me died when you walked away from me. We're perfect for each other, and you know it. So this could actually be a perfect match that just happened to go through some struggles and challenges. Sometimes I look at my phone hoping to see a text from you. You could both be feeling this way, constantly looking down at your phones hoping to see that text or voice message that was left when you were unaware that the phone was ringing or that they actually left you a message. They could be feeling this way too. You took my heart with you, especially if it is you, Aries, that walked away from them. And lastly, take this if it applies. You are my person. I am yours. We both made mistakes. We deserve a second chance. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, nobody's perfect. So whatever role you might have played as well in the breakup and separation, Aries, you both have to take responsibility for your own actions. But they want a second chance. They want to come back. They want to start again. So if you're open to that, which is why I'm assuming you're watching this reading, then a reconciliation certainly is possible. All right? So that's where I'm going to leave this one. And if you're interested in your own reading at this time, Aries, that info is down below. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care.